All right, man. We're recording. We're live. We're live on the podcast. All right, man. Let's go ahead right off the rip. No haze, no nothing like that. Everyone down there in Florida, I really hope y'all are okay. I don't know if you've seen any video of the damage, dude, that's happened to Florida. Like, there's literally a perfect line in between Florida that has 15 inches of rain throughout that whole thing. Like, it goes literally perfectly across Florida. That hurricane did so much damage to a lot of cities. I really hope everyone's okay. I really hope everyone's just all right. That's gonna be a lot of cleaning up. That hurricane did
Yep.
so much damage.
Yeah, I think it's another one for to be in South Carolina too.
I'm telling you, but for real, I really hope everyone that's going through hurricane. I hope you guys are okay. If any Florida people happen to tune into this podcast, y'all be safe, man. For real, like we were praying for y'all. I hope y'all all right. But let's go ahead and jump in these topics. Today's topics: we got James Harden and Zion Williamson body transformations. We got LiAngelo Ball signing with the Charlotte. We got free agent signing, and we got Jokic, Giannis, and Luka say EuroBasket is harder than the NBA. And then we got a hot take at the end of the day. So be sure you guys check that out at the end of the podcast. I'm sorry about that. But how you guys doing today? I'm your guys' host. You guys are on T&E's Hot Takes podcast. You guys can check us live on not live, but you guys can check our podcast out on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podcast Index, Amazon Music, which I know is weird. Buzzsprout, we're all over there. So be sure you guys tune in our podcast, subscribe, like, download the podcast, show some support. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'm your host, Cole Alexander. I'm here with my star co-host, Eli Mason. Say what's up, man.
What's up?
You got all close to say what's up. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and jump right into these topics. I know we want to jump into them and get them going, man. We missed yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, all right. So James Harden and Zion Williamson body transformations. NBA teams across the league hosted their media days on Monday, and it gave us a look at the offseason body transformations from the stars. The two biggest to stand out was James Harden and Zion. Zion claims he feels at his best right now. James Harden, on the other hand, said that for the last year and a half, he wasn't healthy enough to put in the proper work like I'm used to. So we have Zion coming in looking real nice, real fit, slimmed down a lot. He's saying he feels the best he's ever felt, and for him to say that means he better have a monster season or a good season. I'm not going to say a monster, but he better come out having a good season, because if he comes out and he doesn't play well after saying that he feels the best that he's ever been, people are going to throw hate on your name, dude. I'm saying you watch what you say in today's league, because
True.
you can't say you feel completely amazing. That's just like whenever LeBron James is like, all right, time to turn on playoff mode, or what did he say? He made a whole tweet. Next, did not turn on any type of playoff mode. There was tweets about when LeBron James activated playoff mode, this was his stats. This was his stat. Like, I don't know what it was, but that was one of the funniest memes. It was whenever he played for the Lakers. I'm pretty sure it was that first season with the Lakers, whenever you
I
didn't make the
remember. I
playoffs.
remember what you was talking. I remember what you're talking about. But
But that was hilarious. But go ahead.
I feel like he's saying he feel good as far as body wise and his health. And then, of course, he's gonna have to get in like game shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like game running shape. Like there's a difference between being
Yeah.
in shape and actually running down the floor being game shape, because
Yeah. So,
that game's long. You know what I mean? 12
yep.
minute quarters. You get some timeouts, but I mean, are they really that long at the end of the day for running, jumping, shooting the ball? Like even shooting the ball, dribbling the ball takes energy out of you,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but Zion Williamson, he does look great. I hope he has a great season, especially with his claim that he's making that he feels his best right now. Because if he feels his best,
Yeah.
he is going to get backlash if he doesn't perform well. So Zion, all hopes to you to perform well. James Harden, on the other hand, he said that for the last year and a half that he couldn't get healthy. He couldn't put in the proper work like I used to. That he wasn't healthy enough. Why? Why was he not healthy enough? Like, what? Have you seen anything about James Harden unhealthiness, or like he
Look,
said
I'm
for
gonna
the
just
last
say,
year and a half? Like that's where I'm trying to understand. I don't know how you have a full year and a half and you can't get healthy for.
yeah. See, it's called not staying focused. We talked about this on one of the podcasts too. I
Really?
told you he do this because he do this like every season, like come in fat, then next season he come in and he ball. Say that. So
I wouldn't say
I just
ball.
feel like, yeah, he balled. I just feel like he went out, he went focused. He wasn't really working out like that. He was out with Lil Baby,
I mean,
in the
still,
club,
that's the thing
you
for me
know.
though. Like for him to make the big claim that the last year and a half, so a whole year and a half, he wasn't healthy enough to put in the proper work like I'm used to. But you're healthy enough to go play a basketball game, run up the court over and over. Like it's just certain things that get to me. You're healthy enough to go party. You're healthy enough to go do these other things, but you can't do what needs to be done.
He won his shirt.
That I don't get that. Like, how are you? How are you not healthy enough to lift weights, but you're healthy enough to run on that? I think that was a bullshit comment from him. To be honest, you want me to be straight up with you? I think he was just saying shit. I don't think James Harden wants to get in shape. I think he wants to just go party. I'm sorry.
No. Like I think he do, but look, he didn't want to be in Houston. He got fat in Houston. He was fat when he left Houston, and then no disrespect, James Harden, and he was fat when he was with Brooklyn, and he was fat when he left Brooklyn. He was fat when he went to Philly, and now he's getting in shape.
You really think Joel Embiid he wants? You really think he wants to play with the Sixers? There was an actual thing that PJ Tucker says that him and James Harden were trying to get in 76ers for years now. They're trying to get on a part of their team for like ever since the Rockets. Like they're going away from the Rockets, I guess. So PJ Tucker made it sound like this was always a thing that him and James Harden were trying to do, despite PJ Tucker agreeing to go to the Miami Heat for a year. Then also despite James Harden wanting to go to the Nets. Doesn't make sense, but hey, if they wanted it to happen, it worked. They're on the same team again, playing in 76ers. So I mean, good for Tucker and James. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
And they definitely like I feel like Brooklyn definitely needed a healthy James or a fat James.
Healthy or fat James.
Yeah, healthy or fat James Harden, it would have worked. Because he was fat, he was fat. He almost averaged tripped up. He wasn't in good basketball shape. You feel me? So, like, let's see what he do this upcoming season. He's in shape that we saw through media day.
Yes.
So I'm definitely gonna have my eyes on him, and we're just gonna see.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go move on to the next topic because that one right there, I don't have a lot to say on that. Like, dude, like, I don't even want to keep talking about Leandro Ball signing with the Charlotte Hornets. He signed a non-guaranteed deal with the Hornets, even though that's great for him and his family. Leandro hasn't proven he can be a consistent at the NBA level yet. Do you think he will ever have a role in the NBA, or is this one of the Ball brothers who flops? We've seen Giannis. We have his brother who plays for the Lakers, the Nassus, or no, that's his brother that plays with him on the Bucks. I know he has a brother that plays for the Lakers who isn't.
He overseas.
Oh, he did go back overseas.
Yeah, he overseas.
I think he did go back overseas.
Yeah, he over there.
I was saying, I think he was better than his brother, though. That's still on an NBA team.
He was. I feel like too.
Yeah, the one that plays with the Bucks, the Nassus Antetokounmpo, I think it is.
Yeah. You up there, Ellie. Huh? You almost got the name right.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. You know what I mean? I don't keep up with the Giannis brothers. I mean, I keep up with the Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't keep up with the other Antetokounmpos.
I do.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. I don't, like I said. But honestly, I hope Leandro Ball, I actually was a fan of until he got into that big stealing thing overseas. I wasn't like a big fan or anything like that. Lonzo was always my favorite, still my favorite. But I don't think that he could be a consistent NBA level player. I don't think that the only way I see it happening is if he developed, because he was a really good sharpshooter, right? He gets his sharpshooting down and he gets some defense, and he has to at least be able to know like how to run the pick and roll every now and then or something like that. I feel like, at least to me, for him to get an actual foundation of an actual role in the NBA. I don't see him ever get an actual role if he can only shoot and defend. You know?
Wait. You say you don't see him having a role?
I mean, like a legitimate role. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is your role. Like, this is how we're supposed to put you, not a freelance player out there where they're just like, you're just going to go out here. You're going to fill up this court for us. take a shot if you're open, pass the ball if you're not. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm talking about like hey, we're gonna run this play for you, and it's gonna go like this, and you're gonna take the shot, and we want you to take this shot. You know, that's the type of role I'm talking about. I don't see that happening.
Okay, I can see that.
Because I don't see him being no catch and shoot crazy 3-point shooter coming off a pick, you know, someone buried behind him. He just grabbing it, pulling up. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you can okay, basically I feel like if he hot all through that game to answer that little question, you don't think they'll give him the ball?
if he's hot, yeah, you're going to give the person who's hot the ball. Like,
Okay.
anyone can go hot, though. We've seen players go hot and drop
Okay.
crazy amount of buckets.
Yeah, you're
We're
right.
not talking
But
about
you're
go
right.
hot.
You're right. You say I just was trying to see where you stand. But you're right. I don't
No,
see him being
consistent NBA level.
yeah,
Can he
yeah.
produce at a consistent NBA level game in and game out? I don't think he can.
Like I think he can. Like off the bench, I think he can find a role.
I don't think he could off the bench.
I think he can.
Hey, and that
As a starter, no, not right now. But off the bench,
I'm not talking about as a starter.
I'm just saying. But I do see him making an impact on the team coming off the bench.
I mean, I can see him doing something every couple of games, but I never see him actually being consistent to where he gets a legitimate role. I think he would be one of those wild card players where, hey, you see he's doing good, you're gonna be like, okay, we need to put more numbers for him in the thing then. And if you see he's not doing good, you're just gonna be like, okay, well, we don't really worry about him being one of our key things anyways, so we're just gonna stick to our game plan. I really feel like he's just gonna be like oh well, he's going off type of guy, you know, if he does even in the league. Because I mean, like I said, he hasn't shown that he can produce at the NBA level consistently yet. I'm saying, and that's why I was just trying to figure out, can he make it to that limit to where he can finally sit there and put up a couple buckets per game, or find a good role as a somehow passer? Who knows? I've never seen him be a great passer. 6 man, like that's a big
Spark
jump
plug.
for him. He comes in to be a 6 man or even a spark plug off the bench. That's a great role for him, and I would be happy for him. You know,
that's what I see from him though.
yeah. I just don't see it, man. Like in the G League, he's just a normal player. In the NBA,
hey, in the G League, he's a good player, even though he got limited minutes. And then I think the person he was behind got injured in the season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know his name, but he got injured. So Gelo got more minutes. And I'll be watching videos on him, bro. He got some defense. Of course, he can shoot. And he be playing bully ball down there. You feel me? So, yeah.
I mean, I agree, but I also disagree.
I know you do. I know you do.
I think he flops, honestly. Like, that's just my overall. I don't see him in the next 5 years. I still saying LiAngelo Ball is playing for this team. I'm really sorry.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you see him in the NBA after this season?
After this season's over?
Yeah.
With everything that I have right now, no. Like, he may make it for one more season. Like, he may go another season, but I don't see him getting actual minutes. This season right here is going to tell if he gets another season. He has to have like some type of produced season to where he shows that he can actually make some type of impact. If he doesn't, I'm sorry, but there's no way they're about to give him another chance to come back in the league unless he shows some type of promise. You know?
I feel like defense. That defense. I want to see how his defense is. If his defense solid, I feel like he's there.
Well, that'd be something to watch to see if he even gets playing time, because we don't even know if he's going to get playing time yet still. Like,
you're right.
I mean, still, right. It's a non-guaranteed deal. So this isn't even a guaranteed thing. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I really just don't see it. I hope he does. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Ball brothers. I like them. They're all cool. Lonzo, LaMelo, you know, they're all cool. I mean, the biggest one I hate is their dad, but literally their dad is the reason why they're so big. So like, you gotta show your respect to the dad at the same time, you know, like he did his thing, but still, I hope he makes it somewhere. I hope he finds a role. I don't think he will.
Proud father.
All right. Let's go into this next topic. We got free agent signing. NBA training camps opened up this week, and players from all 30 franchises are working hard in preparation for the next season. That reminds me that there are still a handful of free agents out there available who could play a role on the right team. The free agent player list I'm looking at right now is Jeremy Lamb, Hassan Whiteside, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Eric Bledsoe, and Ben McLemore. Ben
Ben McLemore.
Yes. I know that's a lot of names, but some of those players could play a big role for the right team. Who do you think out of those players get signed before the season begins? Me, honestly, I think Eric Bledsoe or Ben McLemore will get signed before. I don't know about Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, or Hassan Whiteside or Jeremy Lamb.
I'm gonna say, wait, are you finished?
Yeah, I'm right now. I want to hear your talk, then I'm gonna reply to it.
Okay, I'm gonna say Eric Bledsoe.
You think Eric Bledsoe gets signed?
I want to say Whiteside, but I'm gonna say Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb. I ain't gonna lie. I was actually really thinking about this very hard. Hassan Whiteside first came. He played for the Sacramento whenever he got drafted and stuff like that. But then he got released, and then Miami Heat found him as a free agent. We found him. We approved him. We made him a really great big man, like defensively rebound, defensive wise, like in the paint. Dude was a monster for us, and then he left. It was like he lost himself whenever he left Miami for some reason. You know what I mean? And he's never been that same player. But I was sitting here thinking, what if we sign Hassan Whiteside back? Because I'm sorry, Miami Heat culture is a lot different than every other place. Heat culture is a real thing. PJ Tucker talks about it. Jay Crowder talks about it. Jimmy Butler talks about it. Anyone who's played for the Heat talk about how serious Heat culture is and how hard they work. Hassan Whiteside, I believe, would come back to a really good center, at least a top 10 center in the league, back to where he was. Top 10 center in the league. Why are you doing that? Like, Anthony Davis is listed as power forward. Remember, all these people are Giannis is listed as power forward. And I'm not talking about people who can play the center. Hassan was legit easy a top 10 center whenever he was at his best. There's not that many great centers.
Keyword was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was. I'm saying, I think, though, that if he signed back with Miami, Miami could make him that top 10 center again, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, go ahead. Thumbs down that all you want. But I'm going to go and finish what I'm saying. They get that big man who can seriously fucking rebound. Now we have a little bit taller lineup. Put Bam at the 4. I really like that. Bam at the 4. I think he would dominate. I think he would just destroy all the other 4s, just like how Giannis does, but a smaller Giannis, And not as big bully Giannis, but I just think it would help out if he played the 4 at Hassan Whiteside. Give him a true big man to play that. Then you run Jimmy Butler, Max Strus, and put another point guard that can shoot. Have 3 shooters out there. Bam Adebayo, he actually can shoot the 3. He can't shoot it great, but he can shoot it okay. And that's going to be good enough. Hassan Whiteside pick and roll. Bam Adebayo pick and roll. That's going to be a deadly combo with Jimmy.
Okay.
Like,
I like that. I like that.
I would really love to see us sign Hassan Whiteside. Like, dude, I would be happy. Or we give I can't believe it. Yurtseven. Or we give Yurtseven that role. We make him our center. I'm getting tired of seeing Bam play center because he puts in so much work, so much energy guarding people that are so much bigger than him. And don't get me wrong, he does a fantastic job of doing it for his size. Fantastic. But it would be a lot more helpful if we had another actual big that was that 7-inch height to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really feel like it would push us. But at the same time, I'm not going to say nothing because, like, Eric Spoelstra, he knows Eric Spoelstra. He knows what he's doing. He's a great coach. Like, he's going to run his lineup how he wants to run his lineup. We've seen that. He's going to play the ball how he thinks is right, how his team thinks is right. They think this is the approach they need to do, and they can win this way. I believe in them. I believe in the team. Me personally, I just think it would help. You know what I mean?
Right. So,
go ahead.
I just want to ask this one question.
Ask that one question.
I just want to make sure I heard you right. So you did say Hassan Whiteside, top 10 big man in the NBA?
Now, right now?
No, if he joined the Heat, you say you think
No,
he could be?
he could be. I believe he could be if the Miami Heat developed him back to what he was whenever they played for him. Would that take time? Would that take work? Yes, that would. But could he do it? Yes, 100%. He's still young. He's still talented. Still big.
You said top 10 big man though?
That's what he was. Like he was easily top 10 in the league back then.
Look, man. Once you're top 10, you don't go from 100 back to top 10, my boy. He's done. He'll make a, don't get me wrong, your theory you came up with, as far as him pairing up with Bam Adebayo, that's good. But now you done threw the frisbee a little too damn far. You say we can develop him back to top 10 big.
Like I said, Heat culture is different. He started here, ended up here, left Miami, went here. And now I think just like a stock or anything, you have a chance to bounce back. There's a saying called a dead cat bounces, how a dead cat bounces. Because if a dead cat falls, it's going to bounce back up. Sometimes it'll bounce back up farther than what the fall was, but who knows? That's a little bit of stock fucking shit for you. Just saying, man. We're going to the next topic. Fuck this. I ain't going to say it.
I was going to say, because shit, Andre Drummond going back 17, 10. Fuck.
Oh, really? He is?
No.
I hope he does. What happened to Andre Drummond? We need to talk about that one day. We need to really talk about what happened to Andre Drummond.
Yeah. I don't think nothing happened, but that could be the next topic or some shit. Yeah, something like that. This nigga said, Whiteside.
All right, shut up. Before we get into this next topic, let's go ahead and get this next topic.
Let's go, baby.
Jokic, Giannis, and Luka say EuroBasket is harder than the NBA. Giannis claims the space is different, that you now have a lot of lanes to drive the ball, and that it's more intense. Jokic says the game is faster, and you have to have really quick thinking. The 3-point line is shorter, so there's less space. Luka made a claim like this when he entered the NBA as a rookie, which was a bold claim for him just entering the league. He claims it's harder to score in the EuroBasket. Doncic also said he expected for the NBA to be tougher, and he was surprised how quickly to thrive as a scorer. He was never really a scorer. Oh, he said he was never really a scorer. He was surprised. Sorry about that. Yeah. He was surprised how quickly to thrive as a scorer, saying he really was never a scorer. So, Giannis, Jokic, all these stars going to EuroBasket, they're claiming it's harder. You got to think, there's no 3 second in the paint. They can just sit in the paint as long as they want down there on the defensive side. So you have a man always in the paint whenever you're driving there. The 3-point line is shorter. They are 100% right. A lot less space. Think about that if you're a post-up player. Think about that if you're trying to take someone down there in the paint and you have like one person on you. What about that extra person that's going to be down there that just sits in the paint as there is as well? You know what I mean? I could definitely see what they're talking about. What they're saying that it's harder to score and that it's Giannis made a thing saying that they have to play more physical because of their lack of talent. Like, and he said, no disrespect to EuroBasket or the NBA. You know what I mean? That's what he was talking about. He was like, they have to play more physical because of less talent, and that it's just a harder league. And these are MVP. 2 of them won an MVP. 1 of them an MVP candidate. So who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust your own thoughts on this? Or are you going to trust what the 3 professionals say and say, yeah, it's harder to score in there?
It is. It's harder.
I believe them.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think. The claims are also being made. They say they switch up defensive schemes a lot. A lot of games, you'll just have man or zone. It's that you get double teamed in the 4th quarter, maybe, you know what I mean? Like later in the game. But they were talking about right off rip, 1st quarter. It'll be the first possession. You're getting double teamed down full court. The like they're talking about defense there is legit just all the time, constant defense. Like Jokic was explaining the help defense. That help defense, whenever it comes before out of nowhere in the NBA, you can see it coming. But for them, it's like already there because of how short the court is. What is it? Can you give me about 5 minutes? I'm on a podcast right now. All right, give me about 5 minutes. I got you. All right. What part? What was he at?
Um, Jokic
Oh
on the
yeah, we were.
ball rotation.
Yeah, he was just talking about that. Like if you're in a post up or anything like that, someone from the NBA, you can see the help coming from like a mile away. Basically, that's what it feels like to them, probably. But over there, they're just saying it's instantly there, and it's just a lot quicker at the same time because of that shorter court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could definitely understand what all they're saying the EuroBasket is harder. That's just surprising coming from Luka though, saying that he's not really a scorer, that he was never really a scorer because he came in the league a good scorer. Like, especially his year after his rookie season, that dude just jumped. And he even made a mention about that. He didn't expect to make that big of a jump or anything like that. Like, oh, yeah. So while we're speaking of that,
What?
you know his step back that he does? His step back jump shot?
Mm-hmm.
He tried it one day against James Harden versus the Houston Rockets, right? Listen to this. This is literally what he told Dirk. He's never tried that shot, never practiced that shot. Just one day pulled it up in an NBA game and it felt good. So he kept shooting it. And now people to this day say that he has one of the most deadliest step backs since James Harden, Steph Curry. And I ain't gonna lie, I 100% agree. Like that dude's step back is so beautiful, especially whenever you see it, that ball just drop down the net, like no rim, nothing. It just it looks beautiful. It looks great. And I'm just like, holy shit. And for Dirk to sit there and say that this dude's never put practice on that jump shot, that he just started pulling it because he saw someone else do it. Like, dude, that's like me saying I went out there and started shooting like Curry because I saw him do it and it just started happening. Like that doesn't happen. This dude is gifted, talented. Like,
Yeah.
imagine just going out there, just pulling up a shot. Next, you know, it's just a money shot for you, bro.
Yeah, I know how to feel.
Oh, you know
But
how I feel? Yeah, I bet. I bet you do. Nah, man. But what do you think? NBA is harder to score or EuroBasket? And what would
Euro
be
harder
your
to score.
what would you
Like
be? Go ahead.
the Euro is harder to score. The NBA is a little getting softer, and like Euro, like a little college. You know, like college, it be on, it be on.
Yeah, with
But
the atmosphere and shit like that.
yeah, but yeah, I be watching the Euro games, and it be defense because you know they like it's no thinking in Euro basketball. You gotta act.
That's what
You know,
they're
it's no thinking.
saying.
So, yeah, you gotta react. So you gotta make the right pass. You know, versus the NBA, like you said, it's more space. You know, like Jokic said, is at what 7 feet. You can see the man a mile away. That's why he averaged about 10 assists, 8 to 9 assists. So like, yeah, I'm gonna go with them 3 Euro stars. It's definitely harder, probably over, and they play more defense, and they, you know,
I'm telling you, yeah, the biggest emphasis was that like team defense and things along that because it's not just a lot of one on one. Think about it. In NBA, you see one on one basketball all the time. ISO, isolations. They do not do that over here. This is a lot different basketball. This is a lot different culture basketball, you know. But we got 10 minutes left. Let's go ahead and hop into this hot take and we'll go ahead and wrap up this podcast, man.
let's go.
But like I said, I definitely do agree. EuroBasket harder to score.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think NBA is still definitely more talented though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, probably always. Yeah, will be.
Okay. Hot take. I had to make this up on the go because I forgot to get it yesterday. Number one pick was Paulo Banchero. Banchero. It's something like that. I
I think
can't
it's
remember
Banchero.
names. He was number one pick for the Orlando Magic. Do you think he's going to be a star or do you think he's going to flop? No role player shit. He is drafted number one. You're drafted number one to be a star in the NBA. So,
Okay.
star or flop? No in between, no littleness of, oh, he's almost going to be a star. He's just going to average 20 points. No, star or flop, man.
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a great question, and that is a very good hot take because that is going to be something that makes people livid if you say no or yes to. There is no right answer to this, man.
Because I saw him play, but I didn't like see that many games. But it's like he,
Well, like I said, and I say
yeah,
on this podcast all the time, go ahead.
I'm gonna say yes. He can be if he can stay healthy.
Healthy,
He
he stays healthy, he becomes a star.
Yeah, he can do it all. Shoot,
Mhm.
pass, and he got a post game. He remind me like a Jabari Parker, low key. Just
Really?
like yeah, just more skilled.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, like I say, and I claim on the podcast all the time, I'm sorry. People hate me for this. I don't like high school. I mean, I like high school basketball a lot better than college, but I don't like college games. I just can't watch them. The atmosphere, like they said, is different. Like I just don't. It's not as exciting for me as a high school game or an NBA game. So whenever I do hear about these recruits that do get drafted, I have to go look up about them, learn about them, and I definitely do think that he can be a star in today's league. From everything I've saw, from all the stats I configured and everything like that, and just seeing what people have said about this guy, seems to be the real deal. And it seems like he went number one for a reason. And I definitely believe in him, man. I'm saying he came from a great college that has tons of great players come from. You know what I mean?
Coach K.
I'm saying can't go wrong with that, man. Like you really can't. You have a good foundation. I mean, he has everything going for him right now. You know what I mean? It's just Orlando Magic. I'm worried about how they develop him. We have not seen Orlando come out with some crazy talent and develop him even better. You know what I mean? Like we've seen Vucevic, we've seen Aaron Gordon, we've seen these players get drafted by them, but they just not reach their ceiling that they're supposed to with that team. That's my only downfall for him. I think if maybe he got drafted by a better team, he could definitely reach that stardom way quicker. But I think it may take a little bit longer since he is with the Orlando Magic. Gives him a lot of free room, you know what I mean, to do whatever he wants. But still at the same time, who are they going to sit there and look up to be like, dude, need your help with this? Terrence Ross?
Hey, don't you call him.
I am not hating on Terrence Ross. He has always been an amazing role player. He's played his roles better than any role player that you could really ask for at the end of the day of being consistently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And still, though, like, what experience does he have whenever it comes to playoffs? What experience does he have whenever it comes to a championship?
Ooh.
That's the things that I'm getting to. That's why I think if, like, say Paolo Banchero got drafted by the Spurs, dude. Whole different situation. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole different Paolo Banchero we are going to see from Orlando. That's why I'm saying, like, the teams that these people get drafted by matter so much into what their potential is going to be. Because that team also makes it, not just that person.
Yep.
But definitely, I think he could be one. I think it's going to take him longer than what it took Jason Tatum and like Luka Doncic for sure because of the team. Like I said, the team he's with. I say give him like 3 years, honestly. If you want me to be straight up, 3 years, he starts like actually going out there putting like names like 30 points. Like he's going out doing this shit for real, for real. I'm saying this the first 2 years, he's learning, he's developing. He has these show off games where like, yeah, he dropped 40 this game or he did this game. But I'm telling you, that third year, that junior year is whenever he's going to be a beast. I just have some feeling. I don't know why. Give him that junior year.
Okay.
What?
Keep my eye on him too.
Yep. Guess we'll all keep our eye on. But that's going to wrap up today's Hot Takes podcast. Do you have anything else you want to say, man?
God bless the podcast and everybody watching.
Thank you guys for tuning in to T&E's Hot Takes podcast. Remember, you guys can check us Tuesday at 5 a.m. is whenever we upload our podcast. And then we upload one on YouTube, only YouTube, every Thursday. But today it's going to be uploaded on Friday. So every Thursday on YouTube, every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube. I'm sorry. And then every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts and stuff like that, because we only have 2 hours of time. So I'll see y'all later. Peace out.